Okay, great. I see that you're recording.
You started recording. And it's 4:03 p.m. If we'll go 30 seconds without anyone joining the waiting room, then we'll go ahead. There's a lot of congratulations in the chat. Absolutely. Feel free to chat as we go along. I feel confident. We're just going to go ahead and do it. So I'm very pleased to introduce our next guest. So Maria Campbell is a writer, filmmaker, playwright, and teacher. She's published 8 books. Her first book, Half Breed, was published in 1973, and it was republished in 2019. She's the artistic director of the Crossing Theatre Company, and her most recent play premiered at the Refinery in Saskatoon on November 2020. It was live streamed due to COVID, much like our graduation ceremony. Maria taught Native literature, creative writing, and Métis history at the University of Saskatchewan for 15 years before she retired in 2010. She's received 7 honorary doctorates and numerous awards, among them a Dora Mavore Award for Best New Canadian Play and the Chalmers Award for Playwriting. She's also received an Inspire Award, a Gabriel Dumont Order of Merit, and she has been inducted into the Saskatchewan Theatre Hall of Fame. She's made an Officer of the Order of Canada, and in May, she will receive a Lieutenant Governor's Lifetime Achievement Award. Maria is the Indigenous Cultural Advisor at the College of Law, University of Saskatchewan, where she also teaches a class on Indigenous legal orders and processes. She's also the Cultural Advisor at the Athabasca University, and Maria is a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother, and most importantly, she is a mother to us all. So Sheila would like to make an offering of tobacco to Maria right now, so I'll let Sheila take over.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sheila Pocha, the current program head at SUNTEP Saskatoon. We are here today to bring honor to all of our 15 graduates. And with that, we're extremely very proud and honored that our graduates have asked Dr. Maria Campbell to give the blessing today. With that, Maria, I would like to offer you our gift of tobacco virtually in its sacred way to say thank you so very much and to honor all of our graduates today. So Maria, here's our gift in a pouch of tobacco for you, and I will be bringing it to your home so that you can do what you do best with the tobacco. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Sheila. And before I do the blessing, I want to thank you for inviting me to do this today. I'm really honored to be here with all of you. I can't tell you enough how what an honor it is for all of us, and that you're all here, and that you're graduating. And I want to wish you personally a really good journey and all of the best things in the world for the things that you're going to do next. I know that you're all going to go out there and work hard, and that you're going to make a good road for our kids. And that's really important and special. So we all have our ways that we speak to Creator and creation. And I do mine in Cree, because I follow the Sundance and the Sweat Lodge. So in whichever way you talk to Creator, you can do that in your mind, and I'll do the translation after I do the blessing in Cree. How magati beach again can anaskum ego ke bemu gisagag ego ke miasagum up matsuin kawi hiak ego ke muehtamagoma ka begisi tatsego ke kakio and the way the man ka kanwe matchig big squest the mawa ke igok mewi wichatsik joashim sanawa kamu sitatsikan mamiskano kaut namid gakiowasa haun gawi aski gistamina ka bekan waymatsikin anaskum dan kwetsim kawichawatsik moigatskan nakatatsik timagaimatsik Ekwamina no tago atayo kan kokom na gistamina kananaskum ke pe kanwaymatsik ke pe wichatsik oke kakisitatsik Mosoma kanewa pie kistawamina kananaskum na Haunohtawi pektimagim nan situskawanan situskawatsika kiogek uskaya kwetsimdan. Hey, mercy. I thank you, Creator, for this beautiful life and this beautiful day. I thank you for our families and our people and for our nation. But most especially today, I thank you for our beautiful graduates. We ask for all your blessings for them, that opportunity be always with them, good fortune and good health. I thank you, our Mother Earth, for protecting them and guiding them in your generous and kind way. I thank you, old first grandmother, for being with them, and old grandfathers that guard the four doorways for protecting them. And blessed Creator, I ask you for blessings for all of them and for our nation and for the children that are our future. And I also give blessings for their teachers who've guided them through this journey, and for Sheila and the staff at SUNTEP, and for all the parents who are at home and the families. I ask for blessing for them too, and you take care of all of them and all of us, so that we can continue our work in a good way. Hi, no tawi kinaskum. Hi, mercy.
Thank you so much, Maria, for that beautiful blessing. All right, thank you, everybody. And again, just a reminder that we all have our microphones muted, but we can cheer. We can always cheer and thumbs up and clap silently to show our appreciation and throughout the ceremony. You know, not every, and I mean, a prayer is a solemn thing for one, but when we're introducing the grads, feel free to really flash up those emojis. Up next, I'd like to introduce Tawny Kotick, is a teacher of math and Indigenous studies in the Spiritwood Division, a member of our SUNTEP family, and she's provided us with a recording of our Métis National Anthem that we are going to share for you right now.
Greetings to the Métis community.
1 second. Want to get this share screen.
Long ago was born a people, a new nation rose up strong. Years of trials and tribulations placed us here where we belong. With the Christ as motivation, all our dreams can be fulfilled. If we're true to our traditions, what a future we will build. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, with a true Long ago was born a people, a new nation rose up strong. Years of trials and tribulations placed us here where we belong. With the past as motivation, all our dreams can be fulfilled. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, we're the true Canadian.
There we go. Thank you so much, Tawny, across time and space for that one. Was there any technical difficulties for anyone? I have to admit, I have never done this before. I don't want to, did the sound cut out halfway through that? I'm really sorry for that. My apologies. Moving on. Our next speaker we have today is our Chancellor at the University of Saskatchewan. Grit McCreath is the first Chancellor to speak at the SUNTEP graduation ceremony. She's had a long career in education. She's been a teacher, librarian, and administrator, and more recently, a member of the Senate and Board of Governors for the University of Saskatchewan. She's also, you've got a personal connection to the SUNTEP family. So without further ado, I'd like to give the floor over to Grit to give congratulations to our graduates.
Thank you, Connor. Tanchi kia wau pi bona pre michi misami. I am delighted to be here to bring you greetings and congratulations. I'd like to start off by thanking Dr. Maria Campbell for the blessing and Tawny Kotick for the Métis Anthem. Thank you for helping us begin today's celebration in a good way. It is an honor to have you join us, Dr. Campbell. To all of the hard-working staff and faculty of SUNTEP and the Gabriel Dumont Institute as well, as to all of the families, friends, and especially the graduates here this afternoon representing the SUNTEP Saskatoon class of 2021. I again offer my most sincere congratulations. At this time, I wish to send a special shout out to my friend, Andrea Honorowski, graduating today. I have firsthand knowledge that she put her heart into this degree, as I know all of you have. I wish we could meet in person this afternoon, but I am so happy to be here, at least virtually, to acknowledge your work, perseverance, and commitment throughout your years in the SUNTEP program, and to witness entrance into the best profession of all, that of teacher. I too hold a Bachelor of Education degree from the University of Saskatchewan, and I am so proud of my 32-year career as educator. I have heard many times throughout my work here on campus that the graduates from the SUNTEP program are some of the most sought after and quickly hired teachers across all programs in this province. This is due to the quality of the education program, your teachers, and what you promise to bring to the youth of Saskatchewan as a result of your Métis identity and understandings. Your work is so critically important in advancing Métis language and culture Because of you, more and more students and families will come to understand their identity as Métis. With your degree, you will be a role model for others in your communities when they see your achievement. It will be something they aspire to. So in addition to the immense responsibility you will have as teachers, you will have an equally immense responsibility as community role models. The province of Saskatchewan needs teachers like you to educate the next generation. We need teachers who are knowledgeable, culturally sensitive, and who can be role models for Indigenous and non-Indigenous youth, whether they be in urban, rural, or remote communities. I would like to welcome you to the SUNTEP alumni family and also to the University of Saskatchewan alumni family. You are part of a network of over 161,000 USask alumni around the world. As your chancellor, I have one request. Never forget your university. I applaud you on your degree and on reaching this significant milestone in your lives. I wish you all the best. Merci.
Thank you very much. And we're just admitting a couple more people, including one of our honored guests. Tristan's just in the waiting room now. Up next, our next speaker is with us in the virtual space, but also be introducing Jordy Mccaffrey, our director at Gabriel Dumont Institute. Jordy's career at GDI spans 27 years, and in that time, he's made a significant mark on Métis education and heritage in the province. He's the longest serving executive director. Jordy provides accountable professional leadership for the Institute. Over the past 17 years under Jordy's leadership, GDI has experienced unprecedented stability and growth. Here we have, before he speaks, I would like to share another recording we have of the gift that he was given from one of our students for speaking. So we have both those recordings for you here.
So Jordy, on behalf of the SUNTEP Saskatoon. So Jordy, on behalf of the SUNTEP Saskatoon program and the graduating class of 2021, we'd like to present you with this Pat Adams sash right here. Usually I'd give you a handshake, but unfortunately that's just not the way the world is right now. But we'd like to thank you for decades of service to GDI, to SUNTEP, and most importantly to us, the students. Without people like you running the show, we wouldn't have this program. People like us couldn't have this accessible education and this culturally responsive one that we could take out to the classroom. So on behalf of everybody at SUNTEP, just thank you so much.
Thank you for this beautiful sash. It's going to be placed in my home in a prominent position, and I'm going to have some great memories of SUNTEP. And I think, Tate, you've shown us just how important this program is. You're so articulate and smart that it makes me proud to know that many other graduates are going through our program. And thank you again for this. I appreciate that, SUNTEP Saskatoon. Thank you.
Thanks so much. So Jordy, on behalf of the
greetings to the Métis community, family, and friends, and most importantly, graduates this evening. SUNTEP is a program that's very near and dear to my heart. It was in 1993 that I was lucky enough to become a graduate, and it was probably one of the most proudest moments of my life. I know each of you are probably very proud of your accomplishments, and I'm certain that your family, friends, and community are indeed proud of you. Your hard work and perseverance have all paid off. All of those late study night sessions and all of the weekend homework has finally resulted in your degree. SUNTEP is a partnership between the Gabriel Dumont Institute, the University of Saskatchewan College of Education, and advanced education for the province. And this program wouldn't be possible without funding from advanced education and without the support from the University of Saskatchewan College of Ed. And so I really want to thank those individuals that have helped SUNTEP along in this journey. Thank you for your contributions. It's greatly appreciated. Also, we have a fantastic staff at Gabriel Dumont Institute SUNTEP program in Saskatoon. We have a whole host of dedicated individuals who have put a lot of time and energy and perseverance and hard work into helping our students become graduates here today. So Sheila and your staff, on behalf of the Institute, we want to thank you for all of your hard work and dedication to the program. It has resulted in a great day today we have to share with these graduates. In closing, on behalf of the Gabriel Dumont Institute Board, our staff, and our students, I'd like to congratulate this year's graduating class. You've really made us all proud, and I know you've really made your family proud. I look forward to following your careers in the future and seeing all of the wonderful things that you will do in that career. And I'm going to take a moment here. I'm going to refer to you as probably a word that you'll hear very often as you head out into the classroom. I'm going to call you teacher, and that's a very important word, and you're going to be helping our future generation of children reach their goals and potential. And so teacher is something that you're going to hear often. And again, thank you for being a SUNTEP student and working hard and graduating. You have a great day.
Have a great day. Yeah, that was a lovely recorded little speech. Yeah, thank you very much for that. Our next speaker is our Indigenous Vice Provost, Ms. Jackie Ottman. Jacqueline Ottman is Anishinaabe Saulteaux former elementary high school teacher and principal, and now a scholar. While at the University of Calgary, she was the coordinator of the First Nations Métis Inuit undergraduate teacher education program and the director of Indigenous education initiatives within the Workland School of Education. She co-chaired the WSE Indigenous Strategy and alongside the provost, the university-wide Indigenous Strategy. And in October 1st, 2017, Jacqueline became professor and vice provost of Indigenous engagement at the University of Saskatchewan. She's been recognized as an international researcher, advocate, and change maker, whose purpose is to transform practices inclusive of Indigenous leadership, methodologies, and pedagogies. And so Jacqueline would like to speak to you virtually live right now.
Thank you so much, Connor. And it's such a great privilege to be here today with all of you and to share this very, very momentous occasion with you and your families. And I like to begin my my presentations or gatherings like this by saying anin dino maganak mizawek megok pepam mutang dizanakas Fishing Lake First Nation Duanji Ingechi kendam mioma yanungam. So I shared with you my name, a name that was also given to me as a baby, which is Mizawek megok pepa mutang. And I can say that that name has given me strength over the years, and it's always reminded me to never compromise who I am. And that's something that I would like to encourage you to never compromise who you are as a Métis person. So to continue on, I'd like to thank our beautiful elder, Maria Campbell, for the beginning our time in a good way. And also our Chancellor, Grit McCreath. And we'll be also listening to Beth Bilson. And thank you, Jordy, for those inspirational words. And Tani Kotick for the national anthem. I'd also like to begin by acknowledging that we're on Treaty 6 territory in the homeland of the Métis. And so as Indigenous peoples, I think it's always important for us to locate ourselves to all of our relations, and that includes our land, the land that nourishes us, and make sure that, you know, we reminds us that that relationship is really important to our existence and to our thrivance as Indigenous peoples. So I am originally from Fishing Lake First Nation, and that's a Soto community, which is 2.5 hours east of here. And so as Connor said, I came back home on October 1st. Well, actually, it was probably August of that year in 2017, but I officially began the position as Vice Provost of Indigenous Engagement on October 1st. And so that was, again, something that I felt compelled to do once the offer was made to me. Again, it was important for me to contribute back to our Indigenous community. And today, I'd like to congratulate all of our graduates on such an important achievement. And we are in interesting times. Here we are gathered in a virtual space. And I wish I could see you all and feel your energy. But, you know, I am so glad that we are here to recognize the significant accomplishment that you've achieved. And so this program, the SUNTEP program, and Jordy just reminded us about the SUNTEP program and its importance and the relationships that it has with the University of Saskatchewan and with GDI. And so it is able to thrive because you are here today. And I respectfully acknowledge and appreciate the work that has been done over the years, and more recently under the leadership of Sheila Pucha. And another thing that I like to share with all students is to lean into your teachings. And for me, it is, I'm often reminded about teachings like the 7 sacred teachings. And so I would encourage you to be humble. This learning journey is part of a whole. Schooling is contained, education is lifelong. Be grateful and generous with your innate gifts and talents and the knowledge and skills that you have. Step courageously and bravely into the world. Creation is made more alive and beautiful because of you. Let us lead with respect. Niganitan manachitwanak, or Niganitan nemanachitunan. As respect is foundational to healthy relationships. Walk in honesty and speak your truth. By engaging in the previous 6 teachings, you will open the door to wisdom. Remember that by seeking wisdom, you will become wise. Believe in yourself and lean into your creator-given gifts and talents. You have already accomplished so much, and you will accomplish so much more. The theme for this year's graduation is based on a quote by Louis Riel. And it goes, and you're familiar with this, deeds are not accomplished in a few days or in a few hours. A century is only a spoke in the wheel of everlasting time. We may be a small community and a half-breed community at that, but we are men, women, free and spirited people, and we will not allow the Dominion of Canada to trample on our rights. And so I kind of pulled in more of that particular quote. And then I went back to the very beginning and looked up the word deeds. And so as the quote begins, deeds are not accomplished in a few days or in a few hours. And the definition, one definition is a deed is an action that is performed intentionally or consciously. And so this is something that you've done. This program, you've moved through it over the last 4+ years to accomplish this particular deed, the degree that the parchment that you'll be able to hang on your wall and share with your family. And a deed is also a legal document that is signed and delivered, especially one regarding ownership and rights. So there's, there's so much symbolism in this particular day and this particular accomplishment. And so we know that deeds, that this particular degree required patience, and it required the long view, especially in the very beginning of the program, and purpose driven. There was a purpose, I'm sure, that each one of you had in choosing this profession. I was also a classroom teacher. I taught in elementary and in high school, and I did a short stint as a principal. So this particular degree, this deed, is signifies that you do have fortitude, and it's a demonstration of perseverance and the grit that you have. And always lean into, remember that this deed also signifies all of those characteristics. And so, in the future as an educator, you go back to that to be reminded of this particular journey. So it is a very, very important profession. All other professions walk through your classrooms. And when I was teaching in the Faculty of Education at the University of Calgary, I would say to my undergraduate students, so let's say you have a career of 30 years. And if you're an elementary school teacher, you have 30 students in your classroom. And how many lives do you directly influence within that time? Right, you could do the math, but basically 900 lives, and indirectly even more. So I lift each one of you up today, and I look forward to the influence that you're going to have on the lives of children. And I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for choosing this profession, because I have so many good memories of being a teacher. And I often say that's where I'm going to retire, is in a kindergarten classroom. So thank you for this invitation to be with you here today. And I'm just really, really happy for each one of you, and look forward to the evening celebration. Take care. Get you miigwech.
Thank you, Jackie, so much for those thoughtful words. That was lovely. Our next speaker this evening, Dr. Beth Bilson, is a teaching trailblazer dedicated to supporting the advancement of women in academics and the legal profession. Dr. Bilson has been a role model throughout her long career at the University of Saskatchewan for young female students and staff on and off the campus. He's a highly regarded legal scholar and extensively published expert in administrative and labor law. She has earned a number of honors and distinctions throughout her career, including the YWCA Women of Distinction Award in 2014 and the Canadian Bar Association Louis St. Laurent Award of Excellence in 2015. And recently, she's appointed as the interim dean of the College of Education. And we're very happy to have her here to speak some words with us this evening. So without further ado, Dr. Beth Bilson.
Thank you, Connor. And I'd like to also thank all the people who have said wonderful things up to this point to launch your graduation ceremony. Since I became interim dean of the College of Education in January, I of course have not had much of a chance to meet people in the college face to face, but I am delighted to be here in this virtual space to mark this milestone with you. Over the past academic year and a bit of the year before that, you have been pursuing your studies under extremely challenging conditions. And I would like to start by congratulating you on facing those challenges and on getting to this point where you are about to launch yourself into your chosen profession. I think that's an amazing accomplishment for all of you, and you need to be congratulated. I think one of the things that the pandemic has highlighted is the key role that teachers play in our communities and in our society. I think over the past year and a bit, there hasn't been a day when there hasn't been a story in the newspaper about teachers, about schools, about the importance of education, about the yearning of children and communities to avail themselves of the services of teachers. So I think that although the profession you've chosen is going to be a challenging one, and if you have butterflies in your stomach at the thought of actually taking over a classroom full of children, that's probably understandable. But I think no one, as Jackie said, no one has the kind of opportunity that you will have to help children discover themselves, discover the world, build their identities, and follow their dreams. It is an amazing professional career that awaits you, and I hope that you will all gain great satisfaction from it. I certainly would like to thank all the faculty and staff who've assisted you in your studies over the past period while you've been pursuing your degree, and also thank your family and friends who've supported you as you have gone on this journey. So all of my best wishes to all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful teaching career.
Thank you very much for those kind words, Beth. Now our next speaker definitely needs no introduction to the SUNTEP students. Sheila Pocha is a caring and kind mentor. She's got a spunky, can-do attitude. She takes to everything and brings a lot of energy, and definitely has been a huge positive part of my time at SUNTEP and a huge role model for what it means to create a great learning environment. So yes, I would like to give the floor over to the head of our SUNTEP program in Saskatoon, Sheila.
Thank you very much, Connor, for your kind words. I'm very honored today to be able to be speaking to all of you and give you greetings of congratulations. I'd like to thank Dr. Maria Campbell for her very wonderful prayer and blessing this morning. This afternoon. I also would like to thank Connor for being the MC for our 2021 graduation. As Connor had mentioned earlier, he knows all of his classmates that are graduating today because he started with them. And some of our students will take a little bit more time than others to complete their degree for various reasons. And Connor's reason was to go to the land down under and visit the Aborigines and the peoples in Australia. So he brings with him a wealth of knowledge and also a very kind offering and respectful relationship with all of his classmates here today. So the students did very well by asking him to MC the event. I would like to thank Jordy Mccaffrey. Jordy Mccaffrey has many years with Gabriel Dumont Institute, as was mentioned, and he too is a SUNTEP alumni. Very, very proud to be able to bring greetings to all of you. And when the graduates thought about saying so long to Jordy, they felt it was very important to acknowledge his years of service with the Institute and honor him with the Pat Adams sash. And I want to thank Tate McDougall for being able to bring those words to Jordy today and pre-record that for our students, because all of us are very happy that we have somebody like Jordy at the helm. We also know that we now have Dr. Lisa Bird Wilson, who is our new executive director, and she'll be starting with the organization officially at the end of June. And I think she's in the audience here today. So thank you very much, Lisa, for being here and taking on this really important role with the Institute. Students, I'm not sure if you're aware, but you are part of about 1,400 graduates from all three of our SUNTEP programs. You will be entering the world of the teaching profession, and maybe in other walks of life, you'll use your degree, but for the most part, you will be teaching. And as you have done in your internship and in your student teaching, and most of you, I'm hearing, a lot of you are already doing substitute teaching in both the Prairie Spirit School Division, the Greater Saskatoon Catholic Schools, as well as the Saskatoon Public School Division. I'm hearing that many of you are doing some very good work there already as teachers, and we commend you for that. The staff at SUNTEP Saskatoon, Dr. Carmen Gillies, April Chiefcalf, Ashley Shaw, Tasha Neveu, myself, and past staff, Angie Caron. We are very, very appreciative of all of the work that you've done. We've watched you in your journey, and we've shared numerous laughs and lots of tears at times in our offices, as well as in the student lounge, in the library, in class, where you all of a sudden got something that you weren't necessarily sure that you were aware of before. And when you got it and you fought for that, we watched you complete that learning. We met you in your interview, yes. A lot of you were babies, but you had this mind purposefully to be a teacher, and you certainly told us that in your interviews. I'm very, very thankful and very proud of all of you as you graduate today at SUNTEP Saskatoon. It is unfortunate, as was mentioned, to have to be able to offer a virtual graduation to you all, but we're hoping that with this graduation, you take with you the many, many words of congratulations in your heart and bring it into the classroom where it's most important, where you can make a really big difference in the lives. As Jackie said, it could be up to 900 students. I remember a story Angie Caron had shared with us in the lounge about a year or two ago. And she had mentioned that one of her students that she had at Caswell found her on social media. And they decided that they were going to go have coffee together to meet. And this was years ago when she was a teacher. And that young man said to her, it was the best time he could have ever experienced to be able to have somebody like that teach him, and that he remembered her. That's what's going to happen to you. It's happened to me. It's happened to numerous people that have taught for a number of years, where all of a sudden 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 years later, you have a student looking you up, trying to find you and to thank you for what you're going to do in their lives. You're going to be making a significant difference in the lives of many, many children and youth. And we want to congratulate you. Some of you are in adult basic education. like Angela Silva. We want to thank her. We want to, be aware that you're making a difference in the lives of adults too. I want to thank Brooks Asham. Brooks came into the interview in SUNTEP program very aware of some disabilities he had with writing, etc. And look at him now, 4 years later, he's teaching children to write, and he's been an amazing person, has done so many things for SUNTEP, and he's one of those classmates that the students really felt really great about. Dora Corrigal, who is already teaching, and she finished in December, and she's teaching, I think it's a grade 2-3 in Buffalo. Thank you to the Northern Lakes School Division for being there for Dora Corrigal. Candy Halcrow is already teaching. She's a social media extraordinaire, a social person with the Student Representative Council, has done numerous things, Candy, for the classmates and for SUNTEP. I understand that you're working with Saskatoon Public School Division, and we're appreciative of that partnership. Andrea Honorowski in the high schools with Saskatoon Public Schools. Grit had mentioned your name. Congratulations to you, Andrea. You too have come such a long ways in attaining your degree. Julia Gendruck, whose name will be mentioned again later in the program. A phenomenal young lady who is newly married. Congratulations to you, Julia, for your marriage. A lot of wonderful things have happened to you this past year, and we congratulate you for your journey. Dean Legary, a gentleman that came to us wanting to have his degree from Moose Jaw, moved to Saskatoon, and did some really good stuff in terms of middle years work at City Park, and has done some really great things at Oskaik High School. We want to thank our partnerships for embracing Dean Legary. Craig Mccallum, a fella that was in SUNTEP with Ashley Shaw back in the day, and Ashley convinced him and encouraged him to come back. He's a great athlete. He knew it was important to come back and finish his degree, and he's well sought after in Saskatoon Public and Greater Saskatoon Catholic Schools as an extraordinary middle years teacher. So congratulations to Craig. Tate McDougall. Tate, an amazing young man, really into his Métis identity, purposefully talks generously about who he is. A great man. His father also works with Gabriel Dumont Institute as a director of finance, and Tate is a very respectful and very endearing young man who will be going into teaching as well in the future. And he's works in a high school, and he's a French immersion extraordinaire. Congratulations, Tate. Ashton Newell Olson. What can we say about Ashton? I remember the day when he hurt himself, and I remember all of his classmates, Brent LaChance, Tate McDougall, and everyone lifting this fella up as he wore his cast so that they can offer him the support he needed. The classmates just gravitated to Ashton, and I could just remember him being so thankful. A very, very generous and kind young man who is also in high school, secondary. So congratulations, Ashton. Bridget Olver, a very endearing and very gracious and kind young lady who is also going to be working in the high schools. And we congratulate you, Bridget. We're currently working with Catherine, your sister. And when you came into the program, Bridget, you came in from Gabriel Dumont College, and I was so happy that you saw it in yourself to be a teacher. You're an extraordinary woman. So congratulations, Bridget. Jen Pritchard. Jen, you are an endearing and beautiful person. Very, very strong and passionate teacher who not only worked as a SUNTEP librarian for a couple of years, but she came back to SUNTEP after having her first child, and then went on to have her second child while she was in the program. And she's an extraordinary person with great capabilities, and is currently serving as a guest teacher in both Saskatoon Public and Greater Saskatoon Catholic Schools. Congratulations to Jen, we're proud of you. Angela Silva, I mentioned you a little bit earlier. She's working with Saskatoon Indigenous Institute of Technologies as a coordinator extraordinaire and counselor. She came to us already with a degree in sociology and is now looking forward to working within the school divisions in the future, as well as her work with SIIT. Congratulations, Angela. Brighton Steffengen came to us from Prince Albert. When she joined us, we were so happy that she came. Brighton also had her babies when she was in SUNTEP, her baby, and she's currently at, I think it's Wildwood School, completing her internship. And she was telling us in the hallway the other day when we gave her gift that she doesn't want to leave and she doesn't want to say goodbye. And we know that feeling. So Brighton, congratulations to your hard work. And we look forward to seeing you working in the divisions as well in the future. Corey Taylor, when Corey arrived, I asked her if she knew Mavis. And she said, well, Mavis is my grandma. And I said, that's amazing. I said, Mavis is my cousin. So Corey's great grandmother is Adeline Whitford, and she's my great aunt. And so meeting Corey from Meadow Lake when she came, she also went through the Gabriel College program and wasn't certainly aware at that time that she could do the work of professing and instructing and working with youth. And she's really come a long way. And Corey, we congratulate you. You're currently completing your internship, I understand, out at Waldheim. So congratulations, Corey, in high school. And Bree Tindall, our final graduate, very kind and beautiful person. I saw her working and observing and giving her feedback as an intern in rural Saskatchewan. And the work that Bree brings to the classroom is extraordinary. And we're very proud of you, Bree. So congratulations. I just want to say congratulations to all of our students for everything that you've done. When you speak about Louis Riel's quote that you've chosen about the deeds and about that spoke and the everlasting lifetime, you're a part of that. Your SUNTEP alumni, SASH receiving group of people is all within that spoke, and it will last everlasting. So congratulations to all of you. I'm very, very, very proud of you, as well as Carmen and Ashley, Tasha and April, and people who've worked with you in the past, all the instructors that have come to this meeting today, congratulate you from the bottom of our hearts. Go with this degree and change lives of people and continue to do your lifelong learning. Again, congratulations.
Thank you so much for that, Sheila. Our next speaker, I think, had a lot of influence on me in my learning about Métis history and Native studies. I'm sure that goes doubly so for most of my peers graduating today who would have been learning from Bob when they took their trip to Winnipeg. And as we all know, that trip to Winnipeg is always a big deal to the SUNTEP experience. And Bob Lindsay is a fantastic teacher. He's distinguished, and he's one of the favorite teachers I've had in my educational career. So I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say in the keynote address to our graduates this evening. We got you, Bob. Not sure if Robert Lindsay is trying to speak or if we you're on mute still.
How's that?
That's quite a bit better.
Okay, good. I thought you were doing the unmuting, but
sorry, I'm a big amateur.
No. I take ownership of that, Connor. I'll start again then. Thank you again. Elders, veterans, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and especially graduates. Tansi Kiawa. First of all, congratulations to all the graduates. Earning a university degree is not easy, but you were up to the challenge. You overcame the ambiguity and the anxiety of the university experience, and you did it. You learned to read critically, write clearly, communicate effectively, and work towards a deadline. Sound familiar? Your hard work, your dedication, and your perseverance led you to success and the hard-won achievement of a university degree. Well done. I'm really, really proud of you. You've come a long way from the initial nervous encounter with me in your first year. I wish to speak to the parents and families of our graduates for just a moment. As a parent myself, I just want to say, boy, did you ever do a great job raising your kids. What wonderful people they turned out to be. Hardworking and creative, inclusive and compassionate, warm and funny, proud but humble. It was a privilege and a pleasure to have been one of their instructors. You have a lot to be proud of. SUNTEP graduates, you know how lucky you are to be part of such a great educational program. You have a lot to be, I know that too. In 1998, I was hired to teach the first year Native Studies course to the incoming SUNTEP class. I remember speaking with Sheila Pocha, who was very welcoming, and later to Karen Schmann, who was equally friendly. Once I proved myself as a capable instructor, Calvin Reset was very supportive, as was Jordy Mccaffrey, Corey McDougall, Murray Hamilton, and Ruth Anderson, Ruth Daniels at the time I met her. But in 1998, I was unsure what to expect when I entered the classroom in the arts wing of the University of Saskatchewan. Perhaps it was like what you felt, graduates, as you entered my classroom for the first time. A little nervous perhaps, but just excited, yet excited at the same time. But I remember leaving the SUNTEP class one day early in the term thinking, wow, was that ever different? And sure enough, with each class, students and I relaxed into a comfortable relationship, just like you and I did in your year. It was so much fun to be part of SUNTEP, and as time went on, I realized I was where I was supposed to be. We made a connection, you and I, and it was wonderful. You made me feel like I belonged. We worked hard, but we had a few laughs along the way too. Well, I soon learned that the SUNTEP program was dedicated to enhanced education for their students. There are numerous ways in which SUNTEP provides Métis teacher candidates enhanced educational opportunities. For example, the trip to Batoche in the fall for the first year students reminds them of the importance of their history and the sacrifices their ancestors made for them. The SUNTEP program also introduces students to the classroom in their first year as well as in subsequent years in an appropriate manner. It is a model much admired for the quality of its graduates, such as yourself. A truly rewarding enhanced educational opportunity that SUNTEP provides students occurs in their second year with the trek to Red River to search your family history as part of the Métis history course. The SUNTEP program in general, and this research trip in particular, are designed to strengthen our students' connections to their Métis identity, history, and culture. The research trip to the Hudson's Bay Company Archives in Winnipeg, therefore, is a crucial component of the SUNTEP program. Of course, you never know what you might find unless you look, and the SUNTEP program is designed to help you to do just that. The Winnipeg trip is an awesome example of the program's dedication to maximizing the educational experience of our students and connecting them more completely to their Métis identity and history. And parents, just so you know, it's highly unusual for second-year university students to be found in an archive. Usually you find professors, graduate students, professional researchers at an archive. So this was a unique event for our students. And by the way, the archivists have never failed but to praise our students' preparation, work ethic, behavior, and general enthusiasm. Graduates, you made us proud in Winnipeg. And while our students work hard in Winnipeg, we also tried to get out of the archives and into the community. We visited the gate at Upper Fort Garry to walk in the footsteps of your ancestors. We visited the St. Boniface Museum and Riel's grave. We had lunch at the Forks. Depending on time and the weather, we might stop later at the site of the Battle of Seven Oaks, and sometimes we traveled north of Winnipeg to Lower Fort Garry. Or we toured the Manitoba Museum. At the end of the day, we always congregated at Riel's statue on the grounds of the provincial legislature for the iconic group photo. A group supper rounds out our trip. Excuse me. The Winnipeg research trip really is a bonding experience for our students. We worked hard on the trip, but we had fun too, and we got to know each other outside of the classroom. Students remark on this aspect of the trip all the time. It's a wonderful trip, the effects of which on our students cannot be underestimated. Knowledge of one's identity and heritage really can be life-changing. I've seen on numerous occasions how the research trip connects students to their identity and history, in such a way as to change their countenance, their body language, and even their participation in classroom and seminar discussions. It really is a transformational moment for many of our students. Years later, I've run across former students who often mention the trip as one of the highlights of their time at the university. Graduates, I want to share a memory with you. Years ago, when fundraising was less difficult than today, I was lucky enough to be invited on the New Mexico trip, which was an excellent opportunity earned by our first-year students to practice cross-cultural teaching in the unique environment of Indian pueblos. What a great educational experience for our students. I remember one of our students, Darwin, aka Pete Chief, who went on to help create the Cree immersion program at Westmont School and today is principal at Wakutuan School. As I was picking up our students from their day of teaching at the Indian Pueblo, a young boy came running out of the school calling for Pete. In his hand was the top of a cardboard box in which he had written his first name in crayon in large letters. He handed it to Pete and said, "So you don't forget me." Graduates, remember this, you will have that impact on students. I know because we hear such positive things about our graduates every year from teachers, principals, and school boards. So be proud of who you are and stand in front of your class and declare your Métis heritage. You never know who's listening or what kind of positive message that sends to your students. Graduates, I've often said to you when you were my students that you will soon take over as leaders. In fact, I sometimes pointed out to you the leadership skills which you demonstrated while still students. I remember one trip to Winnipeg when Murray Hamilton, Corey McDougall, and I had supper with a friend of the Métis, Diane Paymont, who told us that Parks Canada was about to change the presentation at the Batoche Historical Site to drop any reference to Prime Minister John M. Macdonald's comment that Riel shall hang the all dogs in Quebec Park in his favor. Apparently, a single complaint from a non-Métis visitor, an old white man, was enough to warrant such a radical change. When I mentioned this to my second-year Métis history class, one of my Métis students, Sarah Clements, was so outraged that she started a petition which saved the truth, and today that statement of the Prime Minister remains in the current presentation at Batoche. So when I say that you graduates will do great things, I know that sometimes you do great things even before you graduate. Now, your delayed and now virtual graduation ceremony reflects the unique circumstances facing our society and country, facing the world. And please forgive me as I digress for a moment. Make no mistake, COVID-19 is not a hoax. I know because I was COVID patient number 1 in Saskatchewan. Yes, I was the one who shut down the Junos. I contracted COVID in Egypt on a trip that Yvelle and I took in February and early March last year. I was really, really sick for 3 weeks, yet Yvelle tested negative, thankfully. But it's not just a bad flu. COVID-19 is terrible. I had a wicked cough and could hardly breathe, and I had extreme fatigue. I still feel the effects more than a year later. I continue to suffer from brain fog, and I have diminished lung capacity. I tell you this not to solicit your sympathy, but as a warning. Do not let anti-maskers or anti-vaxxers dominate the discussion. They are selfish, ignorant fools. There is a group of COVID survivors who call themselves long haulers, people like myself who suffer from the continuing effects of the virus. Yet I feel lucky because my symptoms pale in comparison with those people whose internal organs have been scarred, or who struggle to get out of bed or up off the couch or to walk down the hall. And I'm not talking about old people like myself. I'm talking about people in the prime of their lives, in their 20s, their 30s, and their 40s. And I tell you this because the vast majority of people I meet have never met anyone who contracted COVID-19. And so the misinformation spreads. But now you can say that you have a friend who survived the illness and that it is not a hoax, that it is real and debilitating and deadly. Currently in Saskatchewan, teenagers, people in their 20s like you and others in their 30s and 40s are becoming infected more than people in my age group. Sadly, they infect their elders or others who have compromised immune systems. Yes, children, teenagers, and even babies die from this virus. And again, I say, do not let anti-maskers or anti-vaxxers dominate the discussion. They are loudmouth and obnoxious and ignorant. They don't know anything about COVID-19. It is not just a bad flu. So please stay safe and stay healthy for your sake and for the sake of all others. And I thank you for your patience as I vented. So graduates, as you begin your career, mine is over. I have so many great memories of SUNTEP, as I'm sure you do as well. And I thank you for the opportunity to speak at your graduation. You were a great year. It was not an easy decision to retire when I had such awesome students such as yourselves. But you were such a great group that I felt like, and I feel like, that I went out on top, so to speak, like retiring after winning a championship. For example, I remember asking you to split into 2 smaller groups so we could have our classes together at SUNTEP and not elsewhere on campus. And right away you responded, and I ended up with 2 great groups. I had so much fun with your year, and I will always remember you with a smile. As I said, I'm really proud of you. And now that I'm retired, people ask me, don't you miss teaching? And the answer is yes, I do. I miss my friends and colleagues at SUNTEP who made my career at SUNTEP so rewarding. And I worked with so many quality individuals over the years. Sheila Pocha, Karen Schmont, Calvin Reset, Jordy Mccaffrey, Murray Hamilton, Corey McDougall, and Ruth Anderson. Ruth Daniels is when I met her. Ann Bolton, Skip Cutts, Linda Lissick, Rita Matlock, Jim Taylor, Nicole Amiot, Wilfred Burton, Melanie Bryce, Melanie McLean when I met her, Norman Fleury, Bruce Sinclair, Carmen Gillies, and Angie Carroll, Ashley Shaw, Tasha Navu, and of course Wesnet. Thank you all for making SUNTEP such a positive place to be. I also miss all the Métis people who I had a privilege to meet and who inspire me, including Elder Maria Campbell, Elder Norman Fleury, Fiddle Master John Arcan, Elder Faye Maurice, the late Harry Daniels, Corey McDougall, and my brother from another mother, Murray Hamilton. Of course, the greatest Métis influence on my life is my wife, Yvelle, and our son, Zach. In fact, the 3 best things that ever happened to me in my life are marrying a beautiful Métis girl, becoming a father, and being hired by SUNTEP. These are all such positive, life-changing moments for me, and I'm so grateful for them. In all 3 cases, I'm a better person for it. Graduates, as you start your career, remember to stay focused on your priorities. Your first priority, your top priority is the student. What is best for your students? Make the classroom a safe place for everyone. Show your students respect. Encourage them. Be creative. Challenge them and engage them. And step back and watch how they will amaze you. And be real. Be who you are. Declare your Métis heritage at the appropriate moment. Graduates, your second priority is your colleagues. Teaching can be a grind at times. It can be exhausting, always trying your best to do your best for your students. So be supportive and share what you can where you can. Make the work environment as positive as you can. Graduates, your third priority is administration. Some of you will become principals. Leaders set the tone for the institution. Good leadership empowers, it doesn't control. It supports, it doesn't demand. It sets the agenda, it doesn't micromanage. And I have to say that in my opinion, GDI really is the best run Indigenous educational institution anywhere. It is a model to be emulated by other Indigenous education institutions, in my humble opinion. And my time as an instructor says a lot about the Department of Indigenous Studies, and especially about SUNTEP, that they believe all voices are important, especially yours, the student. Remember this, graduates, when you're teaching. Graduates, to me, you are SUNTEP. So most of all, I miss you, my students. Well, you're graduates now. So as you embark on your career, remember to hold on to your ideals. Never grow old in your heart or in your head. Always keep your mind open and never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. My last observation is to remember that Buddha once said, life is short. Spend it with people who make you laugh and feel loved. And that sort of sums up my career at SUNTEP, I think. That's how I feel. So to all the graduates, enjoy your evening. You earned it and you deserve it. Congratulations once more. Merci.
Thank you so much, Bob, for those memories and kind words and wise words as well. So up next, we have obviously a very important part of the ceremony. We know in our traditional Métis ways, there's no ceremony without music. So we have Tristan Deroser here with us this evening, and he is going to play some music for us. And we almost had him in our SUNTEP program, but of course everyone's got to walk their own path, and he is an excellent advocate for Indigenous people and Métis culture, and just a wonderful guy, activist and musician, obviously.
Hi guys. I'm going to play you a few pieces of music. Congratulations on your graduation. And thank you for inviting me to play some music with you guys. I wish you all the best. And here's some songs to celebrate. Thanks for listening, everybody. Take care.
Thank you for that. That was awesome. far as you guys know, I was up having a jig with my camera off. You'll never know. Pardon me. So for the next portion of our program here, we have some more pre-recorded videos. So for those of you who don't know, the Order of Gabriel Dumont is a prestigious award given to people who have served the Métis of Canada with distinction. And in the past, they have only given out these awards when there was...
Actually, Connor, I don't mean to interrupt.
Sure.
We were going to do the introduction of the graduates first.
Oh, I see. Sorry, that's my bad.
No
Well,
worries.
that. All right. So the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Here's how we will do this. Normally, I guess at this portion, you would be having Sheila, maybe it would be placing a sash on you to honor you and introducing you. So what we'll do is as I introduce your names one by one, if you could just, if you're here, speak a word or two even, or just introduce yourself so the camera goes to you. And if you have put the sash on or have a loved one there to honor you by placing the sash on you. And if you want to give a quick shout out and thanks to someone or something, that's how we'll do it. So I hope you're all ready to go. We'll see how this goes. So first, I would like to say congratulations to Brooks Asham. And you may be muted.
Hello. I got my dad. He's putting my sash on. Here we go.
Congratulations, Brooks. Next is Dora Corrigal.
Better on the practice square.
I need you to hit mute.
Are you there, Dora? Maybe come back around, but congratulations to Kennedy Halcrow.
Unmute there. I have my mom putting my sash on me. On this side? Mm-hmm. There you go. Thank you from everyone in SUNTEP.
Congratulations to Andrea Honorowski.
Hi, everyone.
Congratulations, Julia Gendruck. Congratulations. Next to Dean Legare. Legare? And just a reminder to Dean and everyone else that if you are on mute, you won't show up on the screen. You have to unmute yourself. And next, I'd like to say congratulations to Craig Mccallum.
Hi, everyone. I've got my fiance here to put this on me.
Awesome. Congratulations to Tate McDougall.
Connor, I'm not sure. I think Craig was going to say something.
Were you saying some words? Go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Sorry. Okay.
I'm sorry. I just thought you were, because I thought you were reaching toward the mic. Sorry about that.
No, I feel a little better about my judgment now. Again, congrats, Tate McDougall.
Hey, everyone. Got Bridget here to tie it up.
So maybe I'll break the order then and say next, just congratulations to Bridget Ulver.
That's a good plan.
And next up, Ashton Newell Olson. Congratulations.
Hey guys, I already got my stash on. I just want to say congrats to everyone. Pretty big day, and thanks for all the speakers who took time out of their day to say something nice, and to everyone who organized the graduation. I think we all really appreciate that. So thank you.
Perfect. And up next, Jen Pritchard. Congratulations. Oh, you're on mute, but I found you. Awesome. Next up, congratulations to Angela Silva.
I think Jen was going to say something there.
I'm not sure if she's unable. Do you know you're on mute? Yeah, there we go.
You can hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. And it's been a really long road for me with taking a year off and having 2 daughters throughout this. So I'm actually really proud to kind of be finished and kind of see where this takes me after. So thank you. And thank you to Sheila too.
Congratulations. And next to, yes, Angela Silva. Congratulations.
Thank you. How do we put it on the video? Huh? Is it on?
There we go.
There. Is it on? Wait. Huh? Yeah. And my kids. Okay, unmuted. Thank you.
Next up is Brighton Steffengen. Congratulations.
I have Casey and my little guy Easton here tying it for me. Look, you can say hi now.
Hi. Hi,
Awesome. Up next, Corey Taylor. Congratulations, Corey.
Thank you, Connor. I have my grandma Mavis here. You guys all know her probably. She's gonna tie this on me. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Perfect. And the last but not least, certainly, is Bree Tindall. Congratulations, Bree.
Hi, everyone. Today I have my dad tying on my sash for me.
Hello.
You're not on. Bree, talk. It doesn't come from us. I'm on the camera. I don't see you. Thank you, everyone who's been a part of this and all of our SUNTEP journeys. It's really great, and I'm really grateful for this experience. So thanks, Sheila, and everyone at SUNTEP, and everyone that's been a part of today and my past 4 years in university.
Very great. Everyone looks so dashing in their sashes. Just before we move on, did Dora or Dean, who we didn't get a chance to see you before, if you did want to say hi quickly, or if you just prefer not to, that's fine as well. Not sure.
Just so you know, Connor, I was getting messages from Dora because she's up north. Her service, unfortunately, on her phone, she was on the meet, then she was off the meet, then she was on the meet. So she just wanted to let everybody know she's very thankful, and she's going to keep on trying to come in.
Okay, well, that is good to know. Keep an eye on the waiting room. But yeah, this was very great to see everybody get their sashes. It's always something we all look forward to for a long time. For all those years, I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit jealous. That was a pretty good sash if I know my sashes. So our next portion of the program is, as I was saying before when I got my order wrong, is pre-recorded, and the Order of Gabriel Dumont Award, which is a prestigious award that's given to those who serve the Métis Nation, or the Métis of Canada in general, I believe. And there are 3 categories: the bronze, silver, and gold degrees of this award. And the bronze award is given to Gabriel Dumont Institute students and alumni who have distinguished themselves through leadership or community involvement, overall performance. And as of recently, they've decided to give these awards every year, as opposed to, for a long time, I think it was only when there's a conference. And so we are so proud to have 2 Order of Gabriel Dumont bronze medal winners in this year's graduating class, Devin Boyer and Julia Gendruck. And we have this cool little video to share with you.
Hi, Julia. We're so excited at SUNTEP to be able to award this Order of Gabriel Dumont bronze medallion to you. Julia has been in SUNTEP for 4 years, as we all know, and she came to SUNTEP Saskatoon in her 2nd year. We had a great opportunity to meet Julia, and her classmates as well as the staff got to know her very well. We felt that with her great I just wanted to, before Connor continues with the program, to apologize to our Order of Gabriel Dumont recipients, Julia Gendruck and Devin Boyer, due to the fact that the pre-recording, when Connor and I were looking at it and noticing it, we certainly saw that we could hear it well and we could see it well, but for some reason we weren't able to hear the words at this particular time during this ceremony. So I would like to take it upon myself now to share the words that were presented to both Julia and Devin, and we'll start with Julia Gendruck. Julia Gendruck is a fourth-year student. Well, now she's a graduate of the program. I noticed students here the other day were just saying, we'll be done when we're done Carmen's class. Julia Gendruck is a passionate and committed educator. She's destined to do great things, and on behalf of our Métis community and within education. She is dedicated and hardworking and consistently demonstrates respect and professionalism all around our center and campus community. At the start of her second year, Julia graciously transitioned into joining our SUNTEP Saskatoon community from SUNTEP Regina and developed positive and long-lasting relationships with her cohort. Julia is passionate about social justice, anti-racist and oppressive, and Métis education, and has been involved in the student clubs that leads this work regularly. She is a critical thinker and offers great suggestions and support to others within our professional learning community. Julia perseveres through some of the tough barriers a single mother withstands while trying hard to pursue higher educational goals. Now she's married, and her partner, Brady, does a lot of really good work with her in terms of helping raise her beautiful son. She is a devoted and loving mother to her son, Michael, with whom she spends all of her time with. There have been challenges when Julia would need more time at our learning center, and therefore she would actually bring Michael to the school with her. Julia has a very strong academic skill set and completed her extended practicum with great distinction. She worked with middle year students at a diverse school community with one of our own SUNTEP alumni, Jen Altenberg. She ensured her students learned about Indigenous outcomes and particularly Métis cultural outcomes. She created avenues of learning that are inclusive of anti-racist and anti-oppressive understandings. Julia participates with great enthusiasm in a number of activities within the center and in the greater community. She volunteers with the SUNTEP Anti-Racism Education Forum and organized professional development for her peers. Julia is a strong role model for her students and transcends the learning respectively in broader community levels. She understands the great importance of transformative approaches to learning, especially in regards to decolonization in education and in social justice work. And what's most important as well is to let all of you know that Julia Gendruck is great, humbly, and filled with humility. In receiving this award at her home the other day when we were recording it, she graciously accepted the award and said thank you to everyone. And she's one that we have to be very concerned about because she's going to be blazing through many, many trails. And let's congratulate Julia Gendruck. And Devin Boyer. Devin Boyer, when I was at his home yesterday, or I should say a couple of days ago, Devin Boyer is starting his third year with SUNTEP Saskatoon. When he arrived in our program a couple of years ago, he came with him with great conviction and filled with a very cultural Métis identity. His grandmother, the late great Rose Boyer, did a really wonderful, did great work with him and his sister Deidre, who's also a SUNTEP graduate. Devin is being recognized by the Gabriel Dumont Institute's Training and Employment. So he'll be receiving the bronze medallion through that particular program. It was very important for T&E to recognize Devin Boyer due to not only his great humility of being a kind and outstanding Métis business person, not knowing that he was receiving this, the words that were spoken to me about Devin were his perseverance through numerous things that he did in terms of business. Devin created a clothing line called Akiku. For those of you who want to buy any of his clothing line, check it out with Devin. Devin is an entrepreneur of sorts in that way. And what he was proposing and what he's doing with these t-shirts and this clothing line is ensuring that our Métis identity is well served and that the passion of our Michif language is infiltrated within this clothing line. And we wanted to also recognize that he's a father. Him and his girlfriend have a beautiful young man in their life. I think his name is Brenly. I forget his name, but I met Morgan, Devin's partner, and we had a really great time in his home when we were presenting the award. And Devin, when he spoke to say thank you for being recognized for this prestigious award, he wanted the women in his life to know how thankful he is to them, to his mother, his grandmother, to his partner Morgan, and to his sister Deidre. So Devin, without further ado, we want to thank you and recognize you. We also want folks to know that you're just as amazing as you are in being that business person as you are in SUNTEP and all the work you do within our program. So congratulations, Devin.
Thank you, Sheila. And yeah, I just want to apologize again for I don't know what I did with the volume. It was all sounding fine on my end, and now I see everyone was direct messaging me that they couldn't hear. So I'm really sorry for that. But we will just truck along. And next up, would like to give a little extra special congratulations to Tate McDougall and Kennedy Halcrow, who will be giving the valedictorian address. I'm not sure if you two have coordinated some
good, Connor,
together, or if you know who's going to go first.
Yeah, I'll start it off here. We good? All right. Good afternoon, parents, friends, other loved ones, professors, staff, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2021. On this day, we become not only graduates of the program, but we become teachers. Kennedy and I could not be more honored to stand in front of you today, not only to represent our class, but to represent the group of educators to go out and create change wherever we may end up. Echoing the words of our many professors, we leave this program as Métis teachers. What we bring into schools is a reflection of what we learned about ourselves through the program. We must stay strong, stay on the path, and always remember where we came from. Always know everyone here has a support system capable of backing them up as we create a better place for all our students and making sure we prioritize our pedagogy of change. As our fearless leader, Gabriel Dumont once said, "I can see that you have made your decision, but I wonder if you will become tired and discouraged. Me, I will never give up." As we have chosen to be here and do this work, I hope you consider these words and remember we come from a strong, resilient people that never gave up. We are here today because of this resilience. This resilience will carry us into the future. Remember that while things may be difficult in our profession and we may become tired, it is in our blood to continue through hardships. It also reminds us that we have chosen this path. This profession, and many of us, will never look back. It is also said if you find a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And I feel for many of us, this couldn't be closer to the truth, and we will enjoy long, successful careers because, we certainly aren't in it for the money. Most of us will be beginning our teaching careers in the rest of our lives next fall. So while we still have some time, I'd like to reminisce about some special moments we've shared together at SUNTEP. There will always be the fabulous bingos, especially when you had a paper due the next day, you had a teacher job due the next day, but we have to remember that these were a privilege because we all know that they led to that big group effort so we could have a big blast in Winnipeg and have one of the trips of our lives. I will never forget that trip. There's also late night study sessions in McLean Hall, which I'm sure we've all taken part of. Making salsa as a tradition in the English 99 class, shout out to Rita. And the long walks to the Ed building with coffee in hand in -30. those are some of my most fond memories that I'll carry with me into the future. I know Kennedy has a lot more and she'd like to say some thank yous and some closing remarks, but sincerely, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tate. Just let me pull everything up, sorry. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today, even though our graduation is virtually and it's a bit odd this year. It is a complete honor to share the valedictorian title with Tate. He was actually one of my first friends at SUNTEP. We bonded by being in the wrong classroom for our class on the very first day. And we had to walk across campus with Brett and be 20 minutes late as new students. So it's great to share that title with him because he was my first friend, and I'm happy of everything he's helped me with through the year and how he's brought my Métis identity more up because of how enthusiastic he is. So time has sure flew by. We all knew that this day would come, but it's come much faster than I ever expected. I can remember the first day of university and being so nervous about not knowing where to go, but luckily finding out that the SUNTEP crew walks together across campus to every class. We were never alone. We were together from the beginning, and even though we can't be in person together, we are together today. And I thank you all for joining. I never realized how bittersweet this moment would be. I'm so happy and thankful for the 4 incredible years at SUNTEP that SUNTEP has given me. And although it is hard to say goodbye to all these familiar faces and wonderful teachers, I'm thankful for the memories we shared. We're gonna go out to the schools and create new ones that will definitely keep us going. Congratulations and good luck to everyone in your future careers, and can't wait to see you in the schools.
Thanks so much, Tate and Kennedy, for those remarks. Well, I'll get you off the big screen there, give you a break. Yeah, that is such an honor for me also to see not just the two of you, but so many of the graduates today, remembering back when we were just new students together. It is a bit of a trip for sure. Up next is another student that I got to know pretty well in my time at SUNTEP. Me and Corey Taylor worked closely together in the Student Representative Council, and Corey is going to give the toast to the family.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for that awesome introduction, Connor. We worked together a lot, actually. We spent much time together. I'm doing the toast to the family, and if I look up, it's because I have the TV above my head and I'm watching myself. But for the last 4 years, I had the privilege of sitting beside the wonderful people that we are celebrating today. These people are so exceptional to me because who they are and where they come from was never lost in our conversations. I had the privilege of sitting beside single moms and pregnant moms and grandmas. And this isn't to take away from the exact male counterparts of those roles who I was exactly sitting beside, but there's something seriously empowering about learning beside people who are managing families and growing their families every day on top of taking university classes. Due to this, from the very first day, I knew that the concept of family and of kin was present in my daily learning with you all. Family and kinship is so important to us because it is our connection to our Métis-ness. Our family is our connection to the ancestors we have studied so hard over the last few years, and we will use that connection to empower our careers for the rest of our lives. And despite us all having true and unspoken understanding among one another as Métis teachers, we come from diverse backgrounds with a range of family structures that have influenced our drive to complete these degrees. There are those of us who have had unwavering support from parents, siblings, aunts and uncles, grandparents, and spouses from the very beginning. And there are those of us who have had family members who do not always understand why we want to be teachers who endorse our Métis heritage so deeply. And regardless of where you fall on that spectrum, I will make the safe assumption that there is a drive to succeed derived from who you come from. Personally, I cannot make it through the toast to the family without acknowledging that my drive has come entirely from the need to make my parents and my grandmas and my grandpas and my aunts and uncles proud. My mom drilled it into me from birth that I must go to college, to the point I was crying stressed out in the tub at age 3 because I just wasn't ready to go. But a few short years later, I was ready and I did it. Finally, I want to acknowledge the family that I made while in SUNTEP. I have never had such a sense of belonging as I did when I sat down in McLean Hall for the first time. I feel like we all just understand one another in ways that other people do not. For some of us, we witnessed some serious maturing and developing within one another over the last few years, as well as moments butting heads with each other. We have opened up about the scariest things in life, and we have learned about the world together in a way that will allow us to heal. I consider every one of you my kin now. It has been a huge privilege and honor to have learned with you. And so to conclude, I want to toast to family in all its forms. I want to toast to the kin we are to one another. Thank you to our families for your love and encouragement. Thank you to the staff who are huge parts of the SUNTEP family too. And thank you to my SUNTEP relatives who will always hold a special place in my heart. So here is my drink, grab whatever you have, and here's a toast.
Thank you for that, Corey. It's very lovely. And our next, I just want to mention actually quickly, just as we start to approach the 6 o'clock, we might go a little bit over our registered time. Of course, if you got to run, you got to run, but we really appreciate everybody being here with us. And of course, the upcoming toast to staff is very important. And Angela Silva is a fantastic speaker and really inspirational as an educator, and someone I'm glad to have been able to meet in my educational career. So Angela, take it away.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you for that. That was really nice, what you just said. I'm a little nervous. Anyways, so I wanted to do the toast to the staff, and basically I just wanted to start off saying thank you to all the staff for their dedication and support throughout our program. You guys were always there when we needed you. And it's an honor to be speaking with all of you here today. We're living through a time in history that has limited our connections in person. And it's been over a year since a lot of us have actually seen one another as students and seen the staff at SUNTEP. But through all of these challenging times, the staff, you all have always been there for us, whether it's through email or phone calls or organizing events for us to attend together and stuff like that. Our SUNTEP staff are all amazing people who have been dedicated to working with us to achieve all of our goals. And without their support, SUNTEP wouldn't be what it is, and the family that has been created in SUNTEP wouldn't exist. The staff is the foundation, and your guidance and strength and mentorship that you've displayed and helped. Sorry, I got off track there. Okay, anyways, each of the staff have worked to help each of us strive to achieve our goals, whether it was helping us understand our schoolwork or talking to us or just to listen, to help us navigate our lives and the challenges that we've been through over the last, well, for me, 3 years, but 4 years for most of the students here. Being able to always go into the office, and whether we were going in there to laugh or to tell a story or sometimes even to cry, and have somebody just, listen and give us a hug. Yeah, really appreciate all of you. And thinking back at the beginning of each year, we were all excited to start school, and what made it even better was having staff who always had our best interests at heart. So we all appreciate the time also outside of class that you have spent helping us, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. We know that, being able to text you and talk, or just have a phone call or email or whatever it is that, you know, you guys took a lot of time outside of class, whether it was to help us understand, you know, concepts of for the faculty, or if it was, you know, just needing somebody to talk to. And because of all of you, so, you know, Ashley and Tasha and Sheila, and then all of the faculty, you made McLean Hall feel like home. And we've learned so much from all of you. And because of your endless dedication, I just wanted to say thank you and give toast to your awesomeness. And cheers. Thank you.
Well said. And one last thing we'd like to share with you before the closing remarks is a little trip down memory lane. Kennedy has prepared this slideshow. It's just some photos from, you know, throughout the years, and there's no music on this one, so I can't screw it up. Just a little couple minutes for the slideshow here.
I'm excited for everyone to see it. There's lots of memories from our first year to our fourth year.
Well, I'm sure I wasn't the only one laughing sometimes behind my muted mic at some of those. I'm honored that I made it in. I made it into a few of those pictures. So I'm sure everyone is wanting nothing more than to hear more speeches and thanks and things like that. But there's one last important speech, and that's the closing remarks. So I will hand the floor over to Sheila for one last time.
Thank you, Connor. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Connor, for the great work you did with emceeing this wonderful graduation ceremony today. You did a masterful job, and we really, really appreciate your time you put into your tech work, to saying the words that you did and ensuring that, the ceremony was captured in the best way you knew how. For admitting all the people that were coming in at different parts of the program in the last couple of hours. So thank you, Connor. I want to say just some final remarks for all of our graduates, and also all of the attendees that came. We had anywhere from 87 to 90 people at your virtual grad today, and we're recording it. And our staff talked about how important it is for us to be able to give you your final gift that'll come to you either in the mail, or I'll do a handoff at McLean Hall as we did the other day. And in that final gift, it'll be a beautiful Gabriel Dumont Institute lanyard, a beautiful sash lanyard. And attached to the lanyard will be the recording on a USB key with your SUNTEP logo on it. So something you can keep in memento of your 4 years, 3 years, 2 years within the SUNTEP program that you can take with you. And it's a real treasure to be able to have not only the recording, but just to have, a memento on a USB stick. As you all know, you're digitized, you're a digital citizenship, you're a citizen, and you know how to digitize, you know how to be able to present in ways that some of us are just starting to learn, particularly in my age. I'm learning how to be able to present virtually and teach virtually and digitally, and all of you have been doing that. So we as a staff wanted to give you that kind of parting gift. I wanted to say thank you to all the speakers who spoke today. You did an amazing job. Thank you to the valedictorians, Tate and Kennedy, for your very wonderful words. Thank you, Kennedy, for the powerful slideshow. I know there was a lot of pictures that were sent your way. You did a good job with kind of masterfully finding photographs that remind you of each year. So thank you for that, Kennedy. We want to also let people know that oftentimes at SUNTEP, we remind our students not to shack up or anything like that until after the Winnipeg trip. So I just wanted to say, oftentimes at SUNTEP, we have people who get together and become a part of each other's lives, and they meet because of SUNTEP. And that would be Tate and Bridget, who are sitting together right now, as well as Bree Tindall, who is with a past graduate from last year, Nathan. And so we have people who meet and share a love with one another that's very, very unique and phenomenal. You saw in some of those photographs, folks, pictures of folks like Brooke Kennedy, Starlin Vanden Heuvel, Andrew Roberts, Andrew Richards, I mean. You saw pictures of people you might not even known, Shay Gervais. These people are still continuing SUNTEP, but something has happened in their life where they're probably going to be graduating next year. So I'm glad that Kennedy was able to show some of those photographs, because you certainly had a journey with them, as Connor had mentioned. And we want to say with all of our hearts that Carmen, Ashley, April, you don't know her very well, she just started with us, Angie, Karen, Tasha, all of the instructors that are here with us today. We have people like Bev Brenna here, Susan Pattinson, Greer Swearhorn, Jim Taylor, Bob Lindsay had mentioned them. Bob Lindsay's here today. Rita Matlock wasn't able to make it, but she sends her best to all of you. A lot of those teachers, Bev Brenna, that have worked with you, Deb Cook, Dawn Willeen is here, the Associate Dean, who she went to Batoche with you. And we climbed mountains with you at Batoche back in the day in 2017. And all of them want to say to you, hooray, hurrah, congratulations. We're very, very proud of everything that you've done this past 4 years. And we also want to acknowledge the fact that you're going to be doing so much more. So again, we want to thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts, and may your next few weeks of getting ready for your spring convocation or your fall convocation, as you prepare your world into the teaching world, congratulations to you all. We're very, very, very proud of you.
Well, should we leave the room up for a bit for people to chat, or what do you think, Sheila?
Absolutely. If people want to talk a little bit and say anything, please do. It's a really good idea. We've got the Zoom open till 7 because I extended it by an hour. Because I know some people are celebrating at home. They might want to say goodbye, use a restroom, go get their drinks refreshed, grab a snack.
Well, I'm going to take an opportunity seeing that there's silence, and I just wanted to say congratulations to all of you. I am so proud of you. And I just want to say I'm looking forward to seeing you in the schools. I've had the opportunity to work with one of you this year already, by the good graces. So Craig, congratulations. It was great to have you at Brownell. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of you. And I know that it'll be great things. And I know that you will do your program proud, and that you will stand up in front of your classes and be proud Métis teachers. And I look forward to being a part of hopefully seeing you in Saskatoon Public Schools, and being able to see you on your journey as you start this wonderful, amazing profession that is going to bring you so much joy and probably a few headaches too. So congratulations, everyone. Have a great night. Celebrate with your families. They did a great job of raising you. Kawapamatin Mina.
Maybe if I can just say, Connor,
You're on mute.
Sorry. Hi, Yvette. Maybe I can just say thank you to our school division. That's people I know. Brenda's here from Iowa Lacrosse, and Mitch is here from Saskatoon Public, and Rochelle's here from the Greater Saskatoon Catholic School. So thank you to you for being here at graduation. And of course, Yvette from ITAP, the new director of ITAP. Thank you for joining us today. It was a great celebration.
Yes, congratulations to everybody. I can't wait to have you as cooperating teachers, or collaborating teachers, I guess is now what the new term is. And can't wait to see the contributions that you make to the Métis people of Saskatchewan. And yeah, I have to also just say, make sure that you're very, very, go into the school so Métis proud and share our culture.
Thank you, Sheila and SUNTEP grads. The real blessing in this is to see what a family you become during your 4 years, and it warms our hearts. So thank you and congratulations. It's very beautiful.